Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to WoW Classic and the Season of Mastery. Today we are in the Burning Steppes, and it turns out there are some quests for us here. There are a lot of quests here for Blackrock Depths, and I think one for Blackrock Spire, and not really a lot to do solo. Even one of the quests that are not in the Spire or the Depths is an elite quest, so we have a couple that we can do. We have Extinguish the Fire Gut. We must strike at our enemies before they strike at us. I'll make this brief. The Fire Gut Ogres of the Burning Steppes are allies of the Blackrock Orcs. They work closely with those vile orcs, keeping the mineral-rich Dreadmaw Rock guarded and the supply lines open at all times. Leave your mark, cripple their forces, and return to me when the job is done. So we need to kill 15 mages, 7 ogres, 7 brutes. We also have this quest for Blackrock Medallions that are going to be found on any orcs. We need 50. I don't know how actively I will be working on this on recording. It might be something I do on my own. I'm hoping this will chain into a quest to kill orcs, and then we can kind of double these up. But for now, well, I'm going to run around the zone. We're going to explore the map, and maybe we will find the Fire Gut Ogres. This doesn't really seem to say where they're at. So, yeah. Let's just start opening up the map and see what we can find. We'll do kind of a loop. Just see what's out there. And looking at a map of the zone on Wowhead, I see that there are a couple of other quests that might be available to us in various places, so I will try to head for those as well, and we'll see if those are things we can actually pick up, because they're not always. This Ember Warg would be a really cool hunter pet. Alright, we do have some Fire Gut mages here. I'd like to keep exploring, but I will pop in here and we'll take out these two. See, compared to the Plague Lands and some stuff in Winterspring, this stuff is more our speed, but there just isn't a lot of it. Whee! Let's not aggro the mage too. Alright, for now, I do want to keep exploring. I want to go check out this cave up here. Yeah, what I'm noticing is a lot of elites just kinda hanging out in various places. That's why the one Wormkin quest is an elite quest, because they're all elite. So, yeah. Alright, we do have a quest here. It's being given to us by Dragonkin. A task of flame. You seek out the flight. Present to me proof of your worth, mortal. Show Cyrus Therepentus proof of your worth. You have a feeling that Cyrus already knows that you are unworthy. What? What reference is that? Yeah, it's another elite quest. And here's the thing, look at this. There's nobody here. You're never gonna find a group for these quests. Are they all gonna be like that? Is this some kind of like elite zone? It's a cool idea, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't really help somebody level. So, let's continue over this way. And then, yeah, while we're here, we have to be careful to dodge all these elites. So, the other place I was thinking of is Silithus. I don't know what level we can get to Silithus. Level 55 to 59. Okay. Alright. So, that's an option. Yeah, it's just getting really just bottom of the barrel questing at the moment. I think, like I said, in a couple of levels we'll have a lot of stuff we can do in Winter Spring, I think. But right now we have a lot of stuff there that's orange that I don't want to get into yet. And then of course we've been having all the problems we've been having in the Western Plaguelands. Basically, we need to be able to take 2 or 3 guys at a time there, and right now we can't. So, we can't be there. Oh, yeah, really? We can't... Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, that time when you reveal something on the map, and it doesn't actually reveal anything on the map makes perfect sense, except that it doesn't. This looks like a horde camp, but I can see quests, so... Oh, hi. Oh, you're the horde Windride Master, okay. Won't be talking to any of you guys. Talk to me. But you guys, on the other hand. Mother's Milk, oh god. What is this gonna be about? In light of recent things going on at Blizzard Entertainment that you might have heard in the news, the name of this quest should probably get changed. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to tell you, and I would encourage you to not look it up. I've overheard the Blackrock speaking about its lethality in my jaunts into the Spire. They call it Mother's Milk, named after Mother Smolderweb, the big nasty spider in the Skitterweb cave. In the heart of Blackrock Spire, yeah, see, we're not going into Blackrock Spire right now. I'm gonna remember that, you know, we'll come here and get these quests when we do that, but we're not doing it now. The Heart of the Mountain. For years I have sought a certain gem. It is called the Heart of the Mountain, and it's the size of your fist. The Dark Iron Dwarves have it locked up in their vault, and try as I may, they won't let me purchase it. Fight your way to the lower vault of the Blackrock Depths. Okay, not doing that one. Tablet of the Seven. Came to the Burning Steps following the legend of the Seven. They were dwarves of great knowledge and power, and if you have knowledge and power, then wealth is sure to follow. That's what I want. Wealth. If we can learn more from the Seven, then maybe we can get rich together. The ruins of Thoracian is rumored to keep the Tablet of the Seven, which holds knowledge of the ancient dwarves. Find this tablet, copy its text, and bring it to me. Where did it say this was? Ruins of Thoracian. Don't know where that is. Okay, so it's not in a dungeon. It is maybe directly south of us. Maybe we can take this one.
Hurry back! What's up? What's up?
And Broodling Essence. I've been studying the Dragonkin of the Burning Steppes for weeks, and I think I finally had a breakthrough. I created a device. Call it the Draco Incarcinatrix 900. It can capture the essence of the Dragon Whelp broodlings. Or at least I think it can. Take the device and zap a broodling in the burning steppes with it. While it's under the device's effects, defeat the broodling.
Have a good one.
Oh, one of those quests, huh? So yeah, we might be able to do some of these. Yeah, this one's an elite quest, obviously. Alright, let's head to the ruins of Thoracian first to see if we can get the tablet transcript. Well, I would be fine fighting that guy, but I don't really want to fight him being attacked like that suddenly. Tharis Belgar. Okay. Yeah, let's let them go ahead and reset. This place is kind of crawling with guys that are wandering about. Would have been cool if he would have set that mine off. Let's get this guy over here. Clear him out while the other two are patrolling around. Yeah, it marked this as a green quest, but these guys are definitely not green. They are definitely level 55, perfectly at level with us, and able to deal out quite a bit of damage to us. Ah, almost got the charge. So close. I wanted to not get this guy, so I tried to wait. Oh, now we're gonna get these. No! Damn it. Well, we can make 10 heavy runecloth bandages, and we are probably going to have to do that right now. As far as where this transcription is, I'm kind of hoping it's something that we click on somewhere in the ruins, and that it'll be obvious when we see it, sort of thing, but that is far from guaranteed. It could very well be something that drops off of these guys. It's rumored to keep the tablet. Okay, so yeah, could be anywhere. Could be something we click. Just kind of looking for anything that could be a tablet. I mean, I see this thing right here, but this isn't doing anything. Do we need to use an item or something? Find the tablet, copy its text. I don't think he gave us like an item to use. I don't have to walk up to this thing and make an etching of it or anything, do I? Because this is the only thing here that looks like any kind of tablet. And... yeah. Okay. Well, we can keep looking. Well, we might as well help them since they got onto our aggro chain by helping us. Okay, yeah, I mean, but I'd rather not pull every single enemy in the entire zone. This guy is doing something at this thing. He's clicking the things. I'm getting worried. I don't have a quest to click the things. He's level 51. What am I doing wrong here? Yeah, I don't seem to have any item to use, so if it's some kind of item we have to use, I'm just lost. It's been one of those days for me. Yeah, I'm seeing these everywhere. This is clearly a thing. Okay. Plan B. Tablet of the Seven. Let's see... Screenshots. Okay, it's actually some kind of tablet at the base of maybe a statue. Yeah, that didn't really help me. I know what it looks like now, so if I were to see it, we could find it, but... everything marks things with coordinates, and obviously without using add-ons, I don't know what my coordinates are, so... Wowhead is very rarely incredibly helpful to me when it comes to figuring out where quests are at. Okay. Well... I mean, there are buildings as far out as over here. We can come investigate this way. I don't know how long this actually remains the ruins of Thoracian, but anywhere that it still says it's the ruins, I guess we could potentially find this thing. Yeah, I'm still seeing buildings over here, so maybe it's just that the area that we need to search is a lot larger than we initially thought. I mean, there's a big old monument over there. Of some kind. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm sure we'll easily get out of here. No problem. There we go. Yeah, see, now we're just in the burning steps. Pillars? The Pillar of Ash, okay. Well, that's not anywhere where we need to be. Wait, look at this. Alright, here we go. There we go. It just took going way out of the way and going towards the wrong statue. So the statue that you're looking for is a tiny statue of a dwarf, not a giant statue of a man, which I guess makes sense. Is that it? Did we do it? Tales of the Seven complete. Okay, cool. And then, firstly, let me clean some things up here. And then we need Broodling Essence, which was from the Dragon Whelps. Let's go back and turn this tablet in. I have a feeling that when we saw those people running around picking up those little rune stones, that's going to be a follow-up quest, so... even though we have some Dragon Whelps right here. Whoops. We'll see if these actually drop by the time we get all the way back here, or what. Oh, hi. Yeah, I guess we should have, you know, looked inside the cave.
Time is money, friend.
Exotic pets, travel to Blackrock Spire, nope. Travel to Blackrock Spire, nope.
Welcome, friend.
Bring Rigby's head. This is awesome. These guys didn't drop. They waited outside for us for a little bit. or something? I don't know. I give up. I don't know what took them so long to come in here. I thought they had dropped because we weren't getting hit by anything. Ultimately, they don't seem like they're very strong, you know. And if I wanted to fight them, I probably should have already decided that before now, but... Oh, they're not that strong. Yeah, I mean, we have all these quests for Blackrock Spire, but like I said, when I read about Blackrock Spire and I see people looking for groups for Blackrock Spire and stuff like that, it just seems like it's like a higher level instance. Yeah, level 55 to 60, which, like, as a tank, you don't want to go into a dungeon at the low end of the level spectrum. Like, maybe when we're level 59 we can do this stuff and all these dungeon quests can be what gets us to 60. But I'm not going to do it at level 55, especially not in a pug group.
Time is money, friend.
For years I have sought a certain gem and well, we know that already. Is that it? Wait, yeah? That was pretty lame. So we turned the 1 in, but it didn't chain into anything else. Pretty lame. Alright, well, let's head out. We need to find broodlings and we need to fight the rest of our ogre friends, so we can do that. Did we successfully... We're not going to be able to do this. Are you kidding me? Did we get it? I hate quests like this. So I have to tag them with it. Is that going to be like how I initiate combat? Yeah, I don't like quests like this. If you're gonna do that, have me kill it and then use an item on its corpse or something. That's gonna work out so much better. I don't really know of like a good area to find these broodlings necessarily. I'm gonna kind of try to head back maybe over here. I guess I just need to pick a direction and go in it at this point. But I need to get out of the ruins. We don't have a lot of broodling activity here in the ruins, so being here is not going to help. Yeah, some people have asked if I want to do a horde playthrough in the Season of Mastery, and my initial gut reaction to doing another playthrough in the Season of Mastery is queasiness. Like, I literally get physically nauseous when I think about it. And that's not to say that I haven't had good times. It's just to say that the thought right now of starting at level 1 when I'm struggling to get a single level across multiple days at level 55, that doesn't really appeal to me right now. Also, I really worry that at this point there's not going to be anybody doing that low level content, right? So like part of the draw for me, especially leveling up, was doing all the leveling dungeons. And I just have this feeling that everyone's done with that by now. So yeah, we could go roll Horde side, and you know, the dungeons that I want to do, like Ragefire Chasm and especially Shadowfang Keep, there's no guarantee that I'm gonna find a group, and that's what kind of started to suck about BC Classic and WoW Classic Vanilla before that, is once that initial group of people is at max level and they speed their alts to max level, like if you're coming in on that third wave, oh, we didn't use the item, great. You're coming in on that third wave, you're not gonna find groups for anything, and that's not gonna be any fun. So maybe some of you guys who are low-level Horde players on Shadow Strike can let me know like what the activity is like in the lower-level areas, and if people are still doing those dungeons. But I have a feeling that they're not, right? I have a feeling that most people have moved on, and yeah, the last thing I want is to spend another 200 hours leveling and not really getting the experience that I want in a character that we're eventually going to abandon forever. I definitely want to do a Horde playthrough in the next season, probably. Yeah, in the next season, I think. Maybe I'll feel differently in a few weeks, you know, maybe once we're level 60 and we've been trying to get some gear from raids, and however that's going is how that's going at that point. And if it turns out that, you know, low-level players on the Horde are still active, then maybe I would consider it. But right now, when I think about it right now and people ask me about it right now, I just... I can't imagine it. I don't even know what I would play. I don't even know what I would play, and I don't really want to spend a lot of time thinking about it. That's kind of how I feel. I'd love to play some other stuff. I've been thinking about doing a Valheim run. We have Lost Ark coming out in February, and I really want to check that out, see if that's entertaining. But yeah, as far as like right now starting up a Horde SOM character, no. Probably not. But you guys let me know what the server is like, if you know. And it'll be something that I put in the back of my mind. I mean, the thing about it is, the season lasts a year, right? It's an entire year, and honestly, I think that's too long. I think that when you're doing a seasonal model, I think 6 months is probably as long as it should be. I will also say, and the reason I say this is because we're not even a full 2 months into the Season of Mastery yet, and it feels like a lot longer than 2 months. So, at the end of a year, I mean, yeah, there's a potential that I will be long done on this character before a year is out. And just, you know, coming on to see the new raids that drop with each phase. But yeah, I can't imagine that it's gonna provide daily content over the course of an entire year. That's kind of what's hard to imagine. So in light of that, you know, you'd think, well, maybe you could do an alt. But again, it's about, are there people playing? Are there people at your level who are playing the game? Because if there's not, it's not worth doing it. If I can't look for a dungeon and do all the dungeons coming up the way we did with this, and if I can't get to a point where I'm wearing like basically all dungeon gear, then it's not going to be worth it to me. I have played a lot of alts on a lot of dead servers, and let me tell you, when you're leveling up and you think, man, it'd be really cool to run a dungeon, and you can't, it just kind of ruins the experience. And then on top of that, I probably wouldn't want to heal or tank. I would probably just want to DPS. And that's just going to make it even harder to find a group. So if there already aren't people playing, and then we also aren't a tank or a healer, then that could be problematic. What I probably should have done if I was going to roll an alt is I should have had the DPS be the first character that I rolled, and then the tank or healer be the second character, just for more ease of getting into groups in that later wave of players and characters. And then when I think about DPS classes, like, I don't even know what I'd want to play. Maybe a rogue? Maybe a hunter? I don't know. I would really want to avoid the mage. I know a lot of people are big fans of the mage. I'm a fan of the mage, like, in theory. Like, when I think about the mage is a really cool class. I love the class fantasy of the mage. But as it turns out, I don't like the gameplay of the mage. After a certain point. We have an Undead Mage from Vanilla WoW that we started back in Vanilla Classic. And we went back to it a couple of times after BC came out. And I never really enjoyed it. Literally, it's just that you have to drink after every single pull. You fight, you drink. You fight, you drink. You fight, you drink. There's really not any time, you know, after the level 20s where you can go pull the pull and just kind of keep going for a minute. And your fights aren't quick, you know, it's not like you're burning through an enemy really quick and drinking. The fight takes the same amount of time that it might take us on a warrior. But see, on the warrior sometimes I can just go again. On the mage, I would have to drink. Or it would be really advisable that I drink. And you can make your own water, but the water that you make is never as good as the water that you can buy. So there's that. I feel like the water that you make yourself as a mage should be better than the water you can buy. It should fill up more mana more quickly. But that's just my thoughts. So yeah, the mage is a no-go for me. I'm probably never going to roll another mage, as sad as that is. The Warlock would be interesting. I like melee DPS because I like that when you get a weapon, it significantly affects your character performance. And when you're talking about a caster that's just getting stats from their gear, it's not that big of a difference. Like, you could get Aragorn's robe. Congratulations, you went from a green to having Aragorn's robe. That's a great item. It's not going to affect your DPS that much. If really at all. What's going to affect your DPS early on is just your spell ranks. So it's almost like bad luck protection. Like, if you want to be a DPS that's going to be more consistent regardless of your equipment, you're probably going to want to be a caster. And I don't know, I don't find that as interesting and as like, hey, I really need a new weapon. Oh, look, I got a new weapon. Now I can feel the improvement, right? Do we want to go in here? Probably not. Is there an in here to go? Yeah, there's something going on in there. Yeah, maybe I would do a Tauren Hunter or an Orc Rogue. And I guess the thing about a playthrough like that is, like, this playthrough, we're obviously going to finish it, right? We're going to get the 60, we're going to do the best we can to get the gear we need to do raids, we're going to do the best we can to do raids. If we were to do an alt playthrough, and let's say we get to level 25, and we haven't been able to find a group for Ragefire Chasm, and we pass that up, and then we can't find a group for Shadowfang Keep, and we have to pass that up. If I start having moments where I'm not able to do the things that I want to do, the things that I'm really going to enjoy, then I'm probably not going to continue the playthrough. That's the other thing. And, like, do we need more dead playthroughs floating around this channel? I don't think so. I don't think so, and a lot of your comments would agree. So I'm incredibly wary of starting a Horde SOM playthrough, as much as some of you would enjoy it, and I think I would enjoy parts of it as well. I know the Horde side a lot better, as far as the flow of questing. And that's the other thing, is like, if I did an SOM playthrough on the Horde side, and that was our alt playthrough, I'm going to use a quest mod. I'm going to use an add-on. And the reason is, I wouldn't want to get to a point where I kind of got to on this character a couple of times, where your motivation bottoms out because you don't have a lot of stuff you can actually do, and the stuff you do have is really far and in between. And I would want to avoid that, because that would be something that could kill the playthrough. So if I did a Horde playthrough, it would be with a couple of stipulations, and it would be at least using Questy. And that would probably be the only mod that I used, but I would probably use Questy. And I don't even know if that's the experience that I want, but I know that in order to do it, that would be one of the things I would need to do to make it more palatable for myself. We have all the regular ogres we need. We need mages, we need tons of brutes. Like, who knows where the brutes are hiding? Maybe on the backside of the mountain, even. Oh, we can go have a look. Still lots and lots of ogres, no brutes. They probably share spawns to some extent. We fought one of them, so they have to share some spawns somewhere that we've been fighting. I wish I didn't hate the druid class, that way we can go druid and we could DPS as feral, but then we could heal dungeons if we wanted to. But guys, I have to be honest, I kind of hate the druid. It's another one of those classes that I really like from a lore perspective. I like the idea of a druid. And then when you realize you have to be a cat or a shapeshifted form for like 80% of your gameplay experience, that's when I stop liking it. I like to see my character. I don't want to be in a shape-shifted form most of the time. Yeah, so there's that. And I guess we could play them as a caster, and there's no Moonkin form in Classic, is there? But I don't think that being a druid caster is realistic DPS. I don't know. But yeah, it's another one of those things. I'm not going to spend most of my time in a shapeshifted form. I don't find it enjoyable. I've tried it too many times and failed at it too many times. I know by now that I'm not going to like it. The shaman is kind of like, okay, so we could heal on a shaman, but shaman DPS I don't think is very good. So we're probably not going to DPS on it in a group setting, and I don't know what it's going to be like leveling on it. Leveling on the shaman in TBC when we did our hard mode run, that was fun. But I feel like there were probably significant changes to the shaman class between Vanilla Classic and TBC. Still a lot to do here. Guys, I think I'm going to finish grinding this one out on my own. We've seen kind of what the Burning Steps has to offer. It's a lot of dungeon quests, a lot of stuff we can grab when we're ready to do Blackrock Spire and Blackrock Depths, but only a few things for us to do now. I think these two quests, though, are going to get us to level 56, so I'm excited for that. I'm going to finish grinding these two out on my own, get us to level 56. Once we hit level 56... we might be able to go back into Winter Spring and start working on some of these quests here. So yeah, we'll take a look at that once we get this last level. Also, Silithus. I will get us down into Silithus at some point, grab the Flay Point down there, check out what level the quests are at, and then we will go from there, guys. We're close to having 4 more levels to go. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate all your continued support on this really long series. It's been a really fun ride so far. Hopefully soon we'll be 60 and we'll get to go into some dungeons and some content that I've never seen before. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other, and we will see you back at Azeroth sometime soon. Bye now.